10, 9, ignition sequence start. 6.
Hello, and welcome to Rocket Fuel, your daily update of everything that's happening in the Rocket Pool community. My name is Wack. Today is December 4th, and we're going to get started with some self-indulgence. So on Friday, I had the 300th episode of Rocket Fuel. So I said, hi everyone, I'm back with 300th episode of Rocket Fuel for you all to enjoy. Today's episode covers snapshot votes, Benny raising 15k, and raffle winners, etc. So that was the 300th episode of Rocket Fuel. People quickly started saying congratulations and sharing really kind words. Lee here said, congrats, Wack, such a cool accomplishment. SNG said, let's go. And then there were fire emojis. Jasper saying, congrats, so happy for you. S. George saying, 300, that's incredible. I just like lots and lots of positivity and like really nice feelings. So then Benny came along and said that he wasn't going to rug, and I was a bit worried that we might rug us, and then Benny said no rugging, so Cron pinned that, which was fine. And then SNG was sharing the story of how I pretended to leave the Discord during, I think, the 100th episode, and that caused huge problems. But then Dondo also said nice words as well. So Dondo was like, huge congrats. Clearly Rocket Fuel has meaningfully moved the Rocket Pool needle on so many dimensions: education, news, and of course the culture. So thank you very much. So yeah, people were just really nice. There was a whole lot of other people sending messages of like really kind messages as well. And then there was a lot of fun with the benefactor. So people who bought the POAP got some RPL back. I think they bought the POAP for $100, and then everyone got 6 RPL back, so like $180. So it wasn't quite send one and I'll send 2, but that started right away, where as a way of saying thank you, I guess, for buying the POAP. And then there was a whole lot of distributions of RPL from Benny, and people just like really say funny things around that time. So here Finbob had the benefactors prayer saying, yeah, you can read that. It's like, "Are Benny in the ether exalted to be thy RPL, thy blockchain come, thy will be done in nodes as it is in the Ethereum blockchain. Gives today our generous RPL and forgive us our network lags, as we also forgive peers who lag against us. Lead us not into server downtime, but deliver us from the bear. For thine is the network, the power, and the gains forever and ever. As RPL reigns upon us, we the node operators with our nooks and protei rejoice and say amen." So there's like lots of blasphemy here. But yeah, and then Benny also shared the POAP from round 2 of the benefacting, which was in April, and you can click on the link and put your address in there if you want that POAP. So far 20 people have claimed the POAP, and there are 167 people remaining to claim that POAP. So you can go and get that POAP. Let me see if I can actually find it so you can have a look. Okay, so here is the POAP, and it says RPL benefactors round 2. So this was from April. Thomas donates 1000 RPL, and then it says RPL benefactor returned to Rocket Pool using trading channel to share good news that Thomas G had donated 1000 RPL to be distributed among the Rocket Pool community. The eligibility rules were blah blah blah, and it says over the 3 days the RPL benefactor sent 1000 RPL to Jubilee members of the Rocket Pool community. This POAP was distributed by RPL benefactor and Sleety. The POAP was designed by Sleety. So as always with Sleety's art, like, it's really beautiful. So that was really nice. So thank you for that, Sleety. And then we also had some memes, benefactor memes. So here there's the left curve, mid curve, and right curve, where people in left curve and right curve are just like, give RPL, and people in the middle are like, this is my story about why Benny should grace my wallet. So I thought that was kind of funny. And then there was some more funny ones here as well, like this one, the RPL benefactor and Ramana doing the predator handshake, and then they're shaking hands on giving away RPL. And benefactor, of course, giving it to the community, and Ramana getting hacked. And then there was this other meme here from Jaw as well, saying trading member saying, I'm an active participant in the community, and then the benefactor saying, be honest. It says, I've contributed to many important discussions, and the benefactor says, how many DAO forum posts do you have? And the person saying none, and the benefactor saying thank you. But yeah, so and the benefactor here was quite happy with the meme, saying yes, very good. So yeah, that was this one was definitely the best one here, with Ramana and the benefactor giving away RPL. So yeah, I think the benefactor is going to finish probably today. I think they were saying that there's just like 10 RPL left. So if you want some, drop him a message and ask. Okay, moving on from that stuff, here we have Ken sharing some ideas about ETH Denver. So Ken was saying, evening folks, I think we need to create threads in the trading channel. So I think I need to create threads in the trading channel. I don't think I could create one on conferences, but I wanted to share an idea for ETH Denver that happens in about 3 months. And he says, Denver Liftoff, a rocket pool convention. So what's Denver Liftoff? There's a forum post as well. So let's click on the forum and have a look at what it says. So Denver Liftoff, a rocket pool convention. Ken says, Denver Liftoff, a rocket pool convention. This is an initial post about an idea to have the PDAO, perhaps with financial support from the dev team or the GMC, host a community learning forum as described below. This post is gauge interest and thoughts from the community members regarding this idea. So he says Liftoff is envisioned to be a 1.5-day conference focusing on rocket pool, running parallel to the ETH Denver Festival. It's primarily an education event offering members of the rocket pool community an opportunity to learn from fellow node operators, PDAO members, community leaders, and the development team. Although centered around topics that are of interest to the rocket pool community, the content will likely appeal to those interested in decentralization, permissionless LST protocols, and ETH staking in general. It says the format for 1.5-day event includes 2 concurrent tracks on day 1, followed by moderated community discussion sessions on day 2. For day 1, the workshop track is designed for new or current node operators, while the second learning forum is suited for individuals already engaged in rocket pool ecosystem. This is the workshop track is structured as a comprehensive new node operator workshop, guiding attendees through the fundamental concepts of Ethereum staking, introducing the rocket pool smart stack software, and assisting the attendees in building a node from scratch or using a hosted VPS service. These hands-on sessions aim to equip participants with the skills to operate an Ethereum node using the rocket pool smart stack. The forum track, targeting intermediate to advanced participants, will feature presentations from knowledgeable development team members and community experts. Presenters, including rocket scientists and other rocket pool specialists, will receive small stipend to help cover their travel expenses to ETH Denver. Members of the dev team will also deliver highly technical briefing of current and future design work, possible forum topics. So here you have the GMC with their functions, the IMC with their functions, Smart Node 2.0 design and specification, a graphical user interface for Rocket Pool, review of Houston upgrade, Rocket Pool smart contract designs, Mega Pool discussion or design, Saturn upgrade, feature inclusion, group discussion, DVT opportunities for Rocket Pool integration, community projects like the rescue node. And then with day 2 says there won't be half day intended for committed members of the community who wish to participate in series of facilitated envisioning and discussion sessions. These sessions go into depth about current topics and challenges within Rocket Pool ecosystem. The goal is to develop a better understanding and generate design ideas to advance and improve the Rocket Pool community. Topics may include tokenomic design, mega pool features, commission rates, and more. So here there's a tentative agenda where you can have a look on what day 1 looks like and what day 2 looks like. And it says the location will take place in the metropolitan Denver area, focusing on geographic accessibility for individuals attending ETH Denver Festival. Additionally, we will live stream the presentations from the forum event. Moderators will compile a set of proceedings that reflect the outcomes of the strategic planning workshops. Presentations from new node operator workshops may also be recorded for online distribution as part of future educational opportunities educational opportunities for new operators. So he says the tickets will be about $20, will be charged to attendees to minimize no-shows, ensuring a committed and engaged audience. And then there's a budget as well that's linked. It's under development, it's a work in progress. If the community sentiment is positive for the event, a more refined model can be developed. It says as starters, it would help to hear from many in the community about the following questions. So the interest level, the content and format, community engagement, budget and costs, potential outcomes and follow-up, volunteer and speaker interest. So Highflyer had this is awesome idea. And then Ramana says, when is this relative to ETH Denver? How should we be planning our travel dates and accommodation? So I really love that idea. I think Ken's done a really great job of putting together this post and spearheading this idea. Everyone knows how enthusiastic Ken is about ETH Denver. The only criticism I would have is that about its overlap with actual like ETH Denver stuff. That's only criticism. If it could happen before like ETH Denver, like on the Tuesday and Wednesday, maybe that I think might be better than having this running at the same time as the ETH Denver conference itself, because people will be divided, especially the teams paying for a booth. We need volunteers and all that kind of stuff. But this is definitely something that I'm hugely supportive of, and as a community member, I'm not speaking as a GMC member, of course, but that's really cool, Ken. Good job with that. So then some of this discussion went to Discord as it does. So here there's a thread now called Denver Liftoff, a rocket pool convention, and Ken's kind of like sharing some of the points. And here, Sneaky says love to get involved and has some off the cuff thoughts as well. So hi, I'm going to will add more later. Yeah, so that's like live episode commentary. So I really like this idea. I think that there could be some really good stuff that comes out of this. We just need to get together as a community and kind of figure out what we want it to look like. Okay, next we've got some really interesting tweets that have kind of been coming up from the official Rocket Pool account this last week. So I just wanted to give them a shout out because I know that Mav's doing really good stuff with this. So the first one is about the smart node stack. So it was a 6 tweet like little thread, and it says crafted by industry experts and battle tested by thousands of nodes worldwide. Rocket Pool Smart Node is the leading decentralized staking software, and then it kind of just explains what the Smart Node stack is. So it's quickest and easiest way to get an Ethereum node online. Smart Node Wizard will automatically configure and run your selected execution and consensus layer clients. Then there's information about how MEV boost is handled automatically, and then it also has testnet support for Haleshki, and it says participating in Ethereum's proof of stake system and helping to keep the blockchain secure isn't just for professionals. Anyone can be a node operator with Rocket Pool and ensure that Ethereum remains incredibly neutral and free from censorship. So this was a really nice thread that I should have covered last week, but I didn't. And then we got another thread that came out today, which was all about the smoothing pool. So it says Rocket Pool invented the smoothing pool while building groundbreaking investments in liquid staking technology, and there's no fee to use it. Read on to see how the Rocket Pool node operators can swap volatile execution layer rewards for a more stable stream every 28 days. And then there's some graphics from Sleety, and that looks really good. And I think this is kind of going hand in hand with the website launch. So then you're kind of explaining how node operators get rewards, Ethereum rewards from the consensus layer and the execution layer, and then explaining how that all kind of comes together, and how the smoothing pool works. So you can give these threads a look, and let me just give them a nice little retweet because I didn't do that before. Oh yeah, I did that one. But yeah, there's some really nice info in these threads, so I'll keep an eye on them, and I'll keep sharing the newer ones that come up. But yeah, great job, Mav. It's looking really good. So yeah. Okay, so one of the things that we've been like paying close attention to is the liquidity in RPL and how much is available on the support side and on the buy side and the sell side. And one thing that happened yesterday was that a whole bunch of liquidity was added on the sell side. So by having more liquidity on the sell side, it means that it's a little bit harder for the price to move up, because you have to buy through more RPL that's on the market. So basically, as you can see on this image here on the screen, there's like the left side of the screen, which is green. So those are people who are trying to buy RPL at lower prices. And then the right side of the screen, you have people selling RPL at higher prices. And the further away from the middle you are, the higher the price they're either buying or selling at. And the taller that vertical at that point, the more RPL there is available to buy or sell at that point. So as you can see that, there's a whole lot of RPL liquidity now available on people trying to sell their RPL, and there's not as much on the people trying to buy their RPL, but that's been kind of stable recently, which is pretty cool. But yeah, what happened is, people were kind of expecting some price movements, and what we have now is that, it'll be a bit more difficult to get those price movements to happen. However, as if the price then moves downwards, then you'll be able to, it won't move as much as well. So let's have a look at and see what this looks like right now. Let me just scroll down to the bottom. So this is actually a chart that people call up quite often. But let's just have a look what it looks like right now. So right now, there's we're right at this kind of middle little peak thing over here, and hopefully we can get over that and then move on a little bit more. But that liquidity adding will definitely help kind of stabilize the price, and it will give us some it'll make it harder for the price to fluctuate wildly, for better or worse. So that's definitely something to pay attention to. But actually, let me see if I had so someone called the bot to see. So right now there is basically 200,000 RPL waiting to be sold on Uniswap version 3, and that's only on Uniswap. There might be like hidden sell walls on CowSwap, with their limit sells and stuff. So there's a fair bit of RPL to be waiting to be sold as the price goes up. Okay, next we had some news of a potential Starknet airdrop. So there was this presentation that was released, and it was a Starknet airdrop confirmed leak eligibility criterion snapshot. So in this YouTube video, apparently they had some information about what a Starknet airdrop might look like, and one of the criteria was here Meg shared the screenshot saying, "I hope for Starknet airdrop," and in the picture it says Ethereum stakers, people who staked before the merge. So a whole bunch of Rocket Pool users, of course. There was, I think, nearly 2,000 nodes or 1,500 nodes, something like that, before the merge. So maybe all of those people will be eligible for a Starknet airdrop, which would actually be really nice. And then here there was on the block there was saying that the screenshots are correct and the final details are still like to be finalized, but the screenshots were not fake, basically. So people just kind of talking about whether or not they'll be getting it and what it might look like. And we're all gonna make sure that it'll likely be the case that people in the US won't get it, but maybe you can visit Europe or something and get those airdrops. But that's actually nice, and it's really cool that more and more of these services and organizations, protocols are thinking of airdropping to stakers. I'm here for that because I've been a staker for a while. Okay, next there was a question that came up recently, and I didn't have the answer to it at the time, and I said I will share it with you if I did get the answer to that. So Ken had a question because Joe popped into trading yesterday for the first time in a while, and he said, I had a technical question that I may have missed if it was solved. In the last reward cycle, there were 2 odd tree roots created, but it was never determined what caused, or was it ever determined what caused those discrepancies? And Joe replied by saying Prism had a bug, and it only shows up with rolling records turned on when you query the state at exactly the wrong time. And that was the answer. So it seemed like there was some kind of bug with Prism, and it was just unlucky circumstances that kind of made it show up, but I presume that someone will have put in a pull request for that to be fixed, and I think it will probably be fixed by the time the next reward period does come around. Okay, so last week we talked on Rocket Fuel about 0x7D52, I think, putting forward some of their own ETH to get rETH added to the Yearn basket, their yETH token. Well, that vote passed, and here there was a tweet from Yearn saying STYETH holders have voted to include Rocket Pool into yETH. And then he said RPL instead of rETH. RPL, it should be rETH. rETH will join LSTs from Frax, Swell, Lido, Stader, Coinbase, and Mev.io. It says to get exposure to yETH's ever-growing diversified baskets of LSTs, go to yETH.yearn.fi. So the graphic looks really cool. So people started talking about this in trading, of course, as the news came in a few hours ago. Schifrin was the first to say that's a fun graphic, and then here it says the tweet says RPL shouldn't be rETH, which it should be, but then if you have a look at the basket of what tokens actually comprise the yETH token, you'll see that currently there's 0.07 rETH in there, which someone found that is only just 4 rETH. So what happens is every period they vote on how much to have of each token, whether you want more of a certain one or less of another one, and I guess rETH was just added, so maybe people will vote on having more rETH on that in the coming weeks. But yeah, I don't know how useful this will be for rETH, but it's adds a layer of legitimacy, however thin that might be. So yeah, Jasper here explains that the amount of rETH that they have in their basket fluctuates each week depending on bribes and people voting. So what tends to happen is that if someone is bribing Yearn, then the community kind of votes in favor of that. But if nobody's bribing Yearn, then they don't vote in favor of that. So there's some dynamics at play there as well. And then here is Mad Matt, who had the news of there only being 3.929 rETH in their pool. So hopefully that'll grow in the coming weeks. But it's just a bonus basically. Okay, talking about rETH and other LSTs. Here we had a post in the IMC thread. Actually, no, this was in trading. Sorry. So here, Kiriha from Stakewise said, "Good morning, folks. Hope you're all having a smashing day. Just quickly stopping by to say that Stakewise will be launching an rETH OSETH pool on Curve and incentivizing it first with Stakewise's SWISE token and then with Convex Curve tokens after the bribing starts. Keep this on your radar because not only will it probably be an attractive farm, so you can earn full staking rewards and incentives while keeping exposure to a decentralized set of nodes, but also because Curve USD minting might be possible down the line, and then you can borrow against your position." It says, "I will stop by again early next week once the pool is live. Thank you and stay winning." So this is really cool. We talked about Diva doing this last week as well, and bridges being made between decentralized staking protocols, and I'm a huge fan of that. However, as Jasper and Val were explaining in some of the stuff that we talked about last week, we really need these to have their own ETH pools as well. So OSETH ETH and DevETH ETH, because otherwise, if things start to go wrong, it can really negatively impact other protocols that they have liquidity pools with, kind of like how we saw with WST ETH and rETH back, nearly just under 2 years ago now, when a year and a half ago, when STETH really depegged, it really hurt rETH at the time as well. So this is really cool, that these protocols are building these bridges, and I'm sure the IMC will probably get involved with that and try to co-incentivize maybe. Okay, overnight we had validator trying to come online, but that was a failed mini pool deposit. So it says that here this address burned 0.03555 ETH trying to create a mini pool, and that there was a failed deposit. So it kind of got a discussion started here. Ramana said it looks like a smart node bug to me, presuming it set the gas limit, and Valdov said I agree, but it's confused, not seeing anything odd here, and there wasn't anything else happening nearby. Like we've just got a mini pool queue, so a number of deposits to assign changes between smart node prepping and the transaction execution. Wait, maybe that was a different conversation. Sorry about that. Yeah. And then later Valdov actually did come in and say, all right, I officially have no clue where gas limits come from in the smart node. You can manually pass a flag, but if you don't, it's mystery to me where it comes from. I suck at reading JS though. It's thought probably why. Potentially it comes from a context or something. And then Val kind of goes on to explain. He says the last 4 mini pool creations have had limits that are dramatically higher and not round numbers, such as 1.912 million, 1.999 million, 2.01 million or 2.02 million, and 1.91 million as well. It says they used up from 0.23 million to 1.301 million. So it says this person set a limit of 1.3 million, and strongly suspect someone set that limit, either the user, Avado, DAppNode, all nodes. And I don't know what all nodes deposit looks like these days, but when I did mine ages ago, it was 2.5 million as the limit, so definitely a round number. So it seems like there was some issues with the gas amount that was set in making that validator, and something was off, so it failed. But yeah, I guess I don't know how you could prevent that, but yeah, good luck. Next, we had a bot glitch. Here, Juan Carlos used the ratio bot, and it showed the RPL price at $0 and the ratio at $0, but the ETH price was coming through properly, so we all just went broke. So that was just a glitch, of course, and that has been fixed, and the ratio bot is working properly now. I'm not sure actually what caused the problem, but yeah, it was there. Okay, moving on to some heartwarming stories now. Here we had Marceau, who went to I guess some kind of puppy mill, and was getting 2 golden retrievers. So he was going to get 2 puppies, and there was a picture of 4 puppies, and Patchy said get both pairs, doesn't get all 4 of them. It said people were saying get all of them, and then people kind of giving their preferences. The Apple benefactor says name one Benny, and then other people giving advice about which ones Marcy should and shouldn't get. And then Marcy got 2 of them and shared a picture of them right here on his way home with the puppies. So that was nice. I think he shared that he says my girls are freaking out, a good dad moment. So that was a nice heartwarming event there shared in trading. And we also had another heartwarming event shared in trading yesterday with Denum, who's been a long time trading member, sharing wedding pictures. So he got married yesterday, and he shared pictures of with the flowers and with the place that they got married. I think it was in Thailand, and it looked like it was really beautiful. And there were some videos as well shared that you can go into trading and have a look. But there's some really nice moments there. So there was a lot of heartwarming stuff happening in trading yesterday, which of course is always lovely. Okay, so I'm going to finish today's episode finally with a little bit of talk about the markets. And I don't do this very often, but I feel like we're at this moment now where more and more people are starting to believe that we're heading into a bull market. So, if you have a look at the BTC chart, just a little while ago, we were in the 20,000s, in the 25,000 range. And today we hit 42,154. And that, of course, is the first time in multiple years that, we've been at these kind of numbers, basically since April 2022. So it's been over a year and a half, and that was on the way down as well from the bull market, whereas now it looks like we're on our way up, which is really exciting. So Bitcoin was of course the first to move, and then Ethereum actually ended up moving this week also, breaking out of those like long-term range that we were stuck in. So here Ethereum was, the last time it was at these prices was May of 2022, over a year and a half ago, and at that point as well, that was on the way down instead of on the way up. So this was definitely a nice weekend in terms of price action, especially with the fact that Ethereum broke over those resistance points. So more and more people now are saying that the bull market is back on, and we're heading into a bullish phase of the market. And I guess what I wanted to show to you all, and of course the RPL as well, like the chart here is a little bit more wonky because of like the Atlas and withdrawals, Shanghai pumps that we got, but there's definitely like a new upward momentum here. We went low recently down to $16, and now we're above 31, so nearly a 2x basically from those lows, which is really nice. So I guess what I wanted to share with you all was just my perspective about possibilities of approaching this coming bull market potentially if we get that. Is the main piece of advice I have is just don't get wrecked, because that is not good. But after that is if you are going to sell, then set your sell targets now and try to work out where you think things will be, what you want to get out of selling your crypto, and what that might look like for you. Please keep taxes in mind, because anything you sell, depending on where you are in the world, of course this doesn't apply to everywhere, but you owe taxes on those sales and trades, so don't get in a position where you might get wrecked with taxes. But yeah, there's definitely a new period coming into the market. I think even with Rocket Fuel, the episodes views have started to trend upwards again after being on like a few month declining spree, but the number of viewers now are starting to tick up again, so there's definitely excitement coming back into the markets. The main thing is have a plan, stick with your plan, don't try not to get too excited, and yeah, that's the main thing. Try not to get blown up with leverage, because that would be really bad. But anyway, this is hopefully this is the beginning of a really nice period going forward, and I'll be here to share all of that with you all in the next months and hopefully years. So thanks all for watching, listening, and being part of the Rocket Fuel community. I hope you all had a lovely weekend, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.